Hey everyone, Matt from soundrolling.com. I want to do a bit of a weird video and just say, well, basically the title. You're only as good as how hard you get kicked in the face. And that's generally due to, the context of 2020 is obviously pandemic, everything going absolutely shit, really. I'm getting back, it's nearly midnight. Just finished a week of filming for Locked Up Abroad. It's quite cool.
The next stop will be London Liverpool Street.
Next stop will be my stop as well, which is always nice. After 2 hours on the train from Norwich. But yeah, wanted to just throw out a bit of a story of basically the thing that's basically set me up perfectly for freelancing is being able to navigate all of the problems. Just like in sound, right? You only have pretty much one job, which is to get really good sound, and that's pretty much the only kind of mission objective of the thing. And then everything else that's in the way is yours to kind of figure out. But it goes for life as well, right? Because you're self-employed, all this kind of stuff. You've got to know loads of extra stuff, negotiating, doing your own accounts like I have, or anything like that. You've got to learn and try and figure out around it. Otherwise, you're basically you don't have the leverage to basically maximize the opportunity that affords you things like being self-employed. And one of the great things I think that happened really early on is I just finished film school. I managed to do a lot of projects because when you do sound, but from a film school standpoint, as opposed to just already being into sound and then doing a sound course, which is the kind of natural progression of if you're interested in something, you would follow that along. Mine was more of a practical, like, okay, well, this, I don't really know anything about this. My favorite film is Aladdin, and so I'll just kind of work down from there. And then lots of people needed good sound on their films because 50% of the experience, all of that kind of spiel that is ironically pushed at film school level that mainly aims at directors and cinematographers. And yeah, so one of the biggest things was probably in a turning point of that first year after leaving film school of, like, I had a girlfriend at the time and I basically decided to instead spend 6 months working really shitty jobs like at Amazon, packing boxes, which is really easy, by the way. Don't really feel that much sympathy for people that are packing boxes at Amazon because they were loads of really shitty people that, like, in terms of actually packing the boxes, they were really bad at packing boxes. And I'm sorry, I think that should be a minimum in life of if you want to work your way out of a shitty job, you just learn to pack boxes better, and then people give you more responsibility and you work out like me. But anyway, subsequently then it all didn't work out and went out in flames. Actually travelled halfway around the world to Vancouver, and it didn't work out. So not even met at the airport, and then a whole load of jazz happened, and I basically ended up wasting a year of my life doing that. But I came back. I then spent 2 weeks solidly, literally every single day, on Mandy.com at the time. Now I think it's been bought by Film and TV Crew Pro, because I had no leverage, so I was going to try and get as many free jobs as I could, just to gain experience and get contacts and kind of prove that I actually knew what I was talking about, otherwise known as investing in your network. And then managed to get a feature film, which was 6 weeks from London to Turkey, while only owning a recorder. But this is my stop, and so I'll just end with the things that you have suffered through the most and the things that are going to make you strongest for when the times are good. So in the pandemic, make as much as you can out of this opportunity to reassess what you want to do, where you want to go, what kit you want to own, literally everything, especially when you've had more downtime. Now things are picking up a bit more, so it's a bit different. And from there you can be a hell of a lot stronger than you were in the good times, because basically it is incredibly easy to get work, funnily enough, when loads of people are making work. Now with Brexit, pandemic, literally everything that's going to the wall, now we'll get to see who's really got a strong network. And for us, we rely on a lot of other people, obviously, to make the projects for then us to be on them. And so there's a lot more you can do to kind of build resilience in your network, such as diversity of, I don't know, going into podcasting, going into editing, going into lots of other things. But also you have to have self-awareness as to where you want to go. Do you want to go to the top? I don't want to go to the top, so I'm not going to get there, and that's fine. And I'm very comfortable in my lane.
London Liverpool Street,
and now we're approaching
where this
London
train
Liverpool.
terminates.
So I will end this there. But it's just kind of a bit for people watching this video. This year's been absolute shit show, and if you were only relying on this one pillar, now it's time to think of 2 pillars for next year, 3 pillars, 4 pillars, and just try stuff out. Keep experimenting, because this is a very narrow tightrope of being self-employed, and so you need a few other wires that you can potentially jump to. Unless you're all in committed, and then if you're all in committed, you still don't just want one skill, you want lots of skills, or you want to build more resilience in your network. So try and figure out how to do that. Hopefully that's added some value to your day, and otherwise I will see you later.